Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to try to keep this one short and sweet because there's a lot to run through on this bike. It is a very unique race bike, and it's one I raced at Irish Champs last weekend and got second, narrowly missing out in the win. But this is my Rotwild RE375. So essentially, yeah, if you know Rotwild, they're a brand that sells e-bikes, German brand. We've been using their bikes on the Rotwild Schwalbe Gravity team, the EXC model for the E-EDR World Cups, and it's been amazing. So luckily enough, I was able to race Irish Champs this year. Yeah, so even though the priority is racing e-bikes and it's an e-bike team, I really wanted to give Irish Champs a go this year, like I do every year, and I had to do that on an acoustic bike. So here we are. This is what we've came up with. We used the RE375. It's kind of one of the lighter weight e-bikes Rotwild do. So it's got that smaller size battery in it, but still with that big motor. And what essentially we've done is use this adapter to replace the motor. Once the motor is replaced, you just put your cranks in, and essentially you have an acoustic bike again, and that allowed me to race the Irish Champs. We also have this battery. So it's the same battery but just without the cells inside it, so it's super light, nothing else in there, just plastic, and that just kind of keeps the bike aesthetically looking good, yeah, and really finishes it off. But yeah, essentially this is my e-bike slash non-e-bike RE375, and I'll take you through sort of all the spec and the products on the bike, and what's kind of unique about it and what's different to what I normally run. So straight off the bat, it's a size medium. Normally I'd be running like a large, but for the tracks here at home, they're quite tight and nimbly, so a little small bike kind of suits that well. Put a 5mm reach adjust on that just to stretch it out a little bit, so it's still very much a medium, but it seems to fit me quite well and suits the tracks at home here in Ireland, which I like. So we'll start right at the bottom. We have the new Schwalbe Albert radial casing tyres. These have been an absolute game changer for me. Have that radial casing sort of morphs to the ground a bit better, so you're just getting free grip and the tires just roll way better and stick to the ground. Been awesome for some of those sort of intermediate conditions we've had where it's been slightly wet and dry. That's just been perfect. Rex is going to help me with the bike check here. So we have the Crank Brothers Synthesis carbon wheels, the e-bike wheels, 29 front and rear on this bike. That's been sick, have zero issues with them. Been more than happy to run carbon wheels all this year and been super happy with that. Always been nervous in the past, but now running these and having zero issues, completely converted. Again, just like the tires, they just add that extra bit of grip in your riding, and also that security as well that a carbon rim can offer if it's built well. Yeah, the rest of the bike. So at the front we have an RRP standard mudguard. It's a bolt-on, bolts onto the 38 Fox fork, which is sick, real clean finish. No cable ties and rubbing off the fork, nothing like that. Just bolts right in and forget about it. Kind of run the standard size here at home, because you never know with the weather. It'll be sun shining like now, and it could be raining in 1 hour, so always have that size when I'm at home. In the front we have the Fox 38 with the Grip X2 damper, so that new damper, it's been really good, really nice on that small bump sensitivity. Easier on the hands, which is quite nice. So yeah, this bike comes stock with a 36 on it, but I just was used to the 38 and didn't have too much time on this bike, so just chucked a 38 on there just to keep it the same as my race bike, same settings and stuff. Cockpit E13 alloy bar and stem, that's 50mm. We've got this nice little custom stem cap from Slicey Products. It's got like the Rotwild logo in there, my name and the Irish flag in there, which is quite cool, so shout out to them guys. They also do these little carbon crank protectors, which has been real good. Kind of keeps the cranks looking fresh and not covered in scratches and dings when you're pedaling, hitting the ground. So that's been awesome. On the bars we have the Ergon GDH grips. I've just fallen in love with these. Always back and forth between grip brands over the last couple of years. I'm really happy just to have these now, and zero changes, stick them on, and they've been unreal, so really happy with them. Also from Ergon, the SM Enduro Pro Enduro saddle, nice logo on the side, always looks pretty trick. That's been super comfy. Again, just another one of those things you don't have to worry about. Super comfortable, nice and neat, gets out of the way on the descent, so that's been awesome. Coming down from the seat, we have the 8 pins. I think this is 220mm seat posts integrated into the bike. That's been real good, so you can see how neat that is. No seat clamp. That just goes straight into the frame, and it's also bolted to the frame, so it's super stiff. Don't need to worry about the seat turning or anything when you crash. Hello, Rex. What's cracked now? So yeah, as I said, Fox suspension throughout with the Fox X float on the rear. That's kind of a different shock that this bike's normally stocked with, just to beef it up, because the race we did last weekend was quite physical and rough. So yeah, and the main thing about this bike, you know, from it being an e-bike and converting it over to an acoustic bike, we use this little adapter. The guys at Rotwild CNC'd this out for me, just to put on this bike, just so I could race the Irish Champs. So super thankful for that, and yeah, it's been great. So essentially this is replacing the motor on this bike. Bolt out the motor, bolt this in, put your cranks through, and you've got yourself an acoustic bike, which has just been sick. Real nice. So that just bolts in there in that little cavity where the e-bike would normally be. On top of that, we have 165mm Shimano cranks, which I run on all my bikes now. It's just, yeah, it was a no-brainer for me just to spin the legs over that rooty, rocky stuff and get the cranks out of the way. Anything longer and it just seems to clip the ground. Shimano XTR brakes, unreal. Just bite point is always in the same place. Super strong, super sharp. Matched with 200mm discs. And they've been sick. They've got that sort of black coating on it that distributes the heat really well, so that's great on the longer stages. So they've been a real game changer for me. First time using Shimano ever this year on the Rotwild Schwalbe Gravity team, and it's been sick. Drivetrains full Shimano as well, so that full 12-speed cable gears, and we've got this cool little toe peak tool that I keep in here. That's got all your Allen keys, any Allen key and Torx you need, and that just slots right into the crank. That's been awesome, so you don't need to carry an extra multi-tool in the pocket. Down below I've got like a little bag here with the tube and some more toe peak products like plugs and CO2s and stuff that neatly fits in there on this adapter, which is quite cool. I have the Crank Brother pedals on there. Ran different brands in the past, but now being on these for nearly a year, and I would really struggle to go back on any other brand. They just clip in from any direction, and no matter the terrain or the conditions, your feet just seem to find the clip really easily and easy to get out as well. So super happy to be running those. Essentially that's it, guys. Like, this bike is really cool. Enjoying riding the medium again, just on the tracks at home. It's been cool. Bike works really well. Been really happy with it. We've even added a little bit of weight, just wrapped it around this adapter at the bottom, just because this bike performs so well as an e-bike. We just added that little bit of extra weight just to kind of keep that characteristics of the bike, which has been super sick. I don't think I've missed anything else. I have this little stopwatch on the handlebar, which has been real good, do all my timed runs and intervals and stuff for that. It's handy just to have on the mountain bike. Essentially that's it, folks. That is the Rotwild RE375 bike that I raced here at home last weekend, Irish Champs. Don't think I'm going to race it again this year, but I'll be spending plenty of time on it over the winter. And sick bike. Super fortunate to have a brand like Rotwild and a team like Rotwild Schwalbe Gravity to support me and do these things. So it's been great. Cheers for tuning in, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck.